What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike. I'm an internal medicine doctor, and I apparently am impersonating somebody on Instagram. I can't believe I have to make another one of these videos. Okay, so what's going on? Well, let me backtrack a little bit. I've been on social media for almost 5 years. I got started because at the end of med school, people were really asking me, hey, Mike, why did you stay fit during med school? How did you stay fit during med school? How did you make that time when all we do is study and then sometimes cry in the corner, but mostly study? And how did you do it? So my wife, or fiance at the time, suggested that, you know what, maybe it's a good idea to put yourself out there. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I really didn't have many type 1 diabetic role models, so maybe I could be that for somebody. Maybe I could show people that it's possible to do well as far as your health goes during a trying time like medical school, or people could extrapolate that to law school or pharmacy school or something that's hard. Almost everything's hard. But anyway, you get the point. So I started that 4 or 5 years ago, and it's been terrific. I've generated a wonderful community. I've made terrific friends. I've had some opportunities that I never thought were possible, let alone that I would get them. It's been remarkable. But now my account is shut down for impersonation for the 3rd time. Now you might be wondering, and correctly, who is it that I'm pretending to be? That's a longer story. So one of the crappy things about the internet is people can just use whatever it is they find to do whatever it is they want to do. In my case, people are using my face to make money when I'm not letting them, but they're doing it anyway. So how do they do that? God, do I have stories. So what will usually happen from my end is somebody will message me and say, hey, this person with your photos is talking to me on this account or on this app, whatever it is. Is this you or is this a scammer? And every single time, it's a scammer. I'm going to start by saying every single time, it's a scammer. It's never me. Moving on. I tell them, no, it's not me. It's a scammer. Please block this person. Please report this person. And they usually say, okay, that's what I thought. Thanks. And we both go on our merry ways. Sometimes it's a little more angry. And here's the terrible part. What usually happens, and believe me, I have hundreds upon hundreds of stories of this, is somebody will use my face and my doctor pictures that used to be on my Instagram. I don't even know if it still exists because Instagram may have deleted it. In that case, that would be terrible and I don't want to think about it. But they use my doctor pictures. I have, scrubs. I'm a doctor. And then it gets kind of weird. Once these people using my face have identified their victims, for lack of a better term, they will strike up these conversations with them. Naturally, one thing leads to another, and then it gets very strange. So the story usually goes a little bit something like this. I'm a doctor, I grew up in the United Kingdom, I trained in the United States, I'm now in the Middle East. There's usually some form of personal story in there, like my parents died in a car crash when I was young, I have a son or a daughter who's like 10 or 11 or something like that, my wife is either dead or we're divorced, again, not. Something like that. It's very weird. It's very unsettling. These conversations go on for a couple of months, and the person using my face gets these victims, for lack of a better term, to fall in love with them. There have been promises of visiting these people, even marriage promises. I don't know if you've caught it yet, but married. And no, I'm not leaving my wife for anybody, so that's not a thing either. So they have these wild stories, and who's to say if it's true or not, because it's just texting on the phone, and there's no real way to kind of verify it. Unless you talk to me. Now, like I said, I am with Doctors Without Borders in the Middle East, and either I or my aide or somebody close to me is being held and can't get their passport back or something like that, and I need $15,000 to help him get out because my money is tied up in Doctors Without Borders and they won't let me in. Yeah, that's happened like 3 different times, and usually some form of that story. And what the terrible part is, these people end up giving these, I guess, criminals, really, their money. And believe me, I've gotten a lot of messages demanding their money back. They're multiple thousands of dollars over and over and over again. I can't tell you how many times this has happened. I try to be kind with these people and make them understand that they've been scammed. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's less okay. So if it's just on Instagram, why don't I get verified? Well, a couple things. One, it's not just on Instagram. It's on Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp, because that's a social media platform for some reason. It's on literally every dating service that I've ever heard of and a bunch that I haven't. Again, married, not me, never gonna be me. So then why bother taking my Instagram account down? Well, most of these accounts are actually on Instagram. And if you just look at my scrubs, it has my real name on it. And you can just type my real name and poof, I'm pretty much the first one that pops up because I've got like 65,000 followers or something like that. Or I had 65,000 followers or something like that. But people can type in my name, they can see my real account, they can ask me if it's me, I say no, we move on, everything's great. If I don't have my main account, these people can't find me, these victims can't find me, and these bastards get to run free. Now, my account's been down for about a month now. I have been trying to get in contact with Facebook, with Instagram, because Facebook owns Instagram, and really haven't had much. It's becoming aggravating, so I figured I'd at least get this video out to let you know, if you're one of these victims, that it's not me. For the love of God, it's not me. Now, I really haven't been thrilled with Facebook and Instagram for a number of reasons, but again, it's a free app. They're just selling ad space, and oh, by the way, they can sell a lot of ad space on my platform, but that's besides the point. So now you may be thinking, well, Mike, why don't you just get verified? And that's a good idea. I've been trying. I've been trying really hard, actually. And apparently I'm not cool enough yet. So my resume for Am I Cool Enough is 65-ish thousand followers. Respectable. Very Googleable physician, because physician. I am all over the medical literature. I am a little bit into the sports literature because thank you, old hockey career. I did some modeling, thank you, Figs. And yeah, I still not cool enough. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I have my Instagram account that I don't right now. I have this YouTube account. I have a giant TikTok account. Like, I have a pretty sizable social media footprint. People find me, and I've been recognized at my own hospital a couple times for being on social media, not because I'm just a monster who is pretending to be a doctor. Not pretending, actually a doctor, you get my point. What's a little bit more annoying is that I've actually had brand deals that have gone through Instagram. Now, I have to prove to Instagram that I am who I am before I can have these brand deals, before I can make these sponsored posts, and they're supposed to know that. Again, more disconcerting, I've done this twice already. I've already submitted my driver's license, my passport, all my documents that I needed to submit to make sure that I was actually this real person. You'd think they would have figured it out. Again, you'd be wrong. So hopefully that clears a little bit up about why my account's been down, why I've been missing from a lot of social platforms. I promise it's not because I don't like you guys anymore, it's because, yeah, all that stuff that I just mentioned. So if you can leave this with anything, leave it with this. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Please be very careful on the internet. It's not me, it has never been me, and it's never going to be me. Please, please, please be careful out there. It's a terrible place, and one day all of this will go away, but unfortunately today is not that day. So in the meantime, keep your fingers crossed for me. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next time.